Hello everyone and warm welcome to this session. In this video I am going to demonstrate you the implementation of Gaussian type low pass filtering of grayscale image while we are working into the MATLAB environment. So here we have the MATLAB. Let us switch to the editor window. As we know, the Gaussian type of low pass filtering we can perform while we are there in the frequency domain representation. So it is one of the kind of image enhancement methodology. We start writing the code with the MATLAB syntaxes of close all, clear and CLC so that we can have fresh execution of our program. Then mentioning a comment line, what is the motive behind writing this all code. So I just mention here this is a program to demonstrate the Gaussian low pass filtering on image here. So first of all we require one image so that we can process it accordingly. So the first module it will be to read the input image. So I will generate a variable a with the help of the MATLAB syntax imread followed by a pair of parentheses where inside we write the name of the image that we are going to access from the current folder here along with its file type that we need to provide all in a pair of single quotes. So now after reading it, let us save the script. I just name it as program underscore 17.m will be the file extension. Yes, the file has been generated in the current folder. The name has appeared on the editor tab. Workspace is empty. Let us run this particular script. So after we run this script, we get the variable a generated with the dimensions 256 by 256 of the data type uint a here. Getting back to the script after successfully reading it, for further implementation of the Gaussian low pass filtering, we will like to have the two variables that will hold the dimensions of the image to be processed here. Let us say these variables I name as small m and small n. We obtain the values to be assigned them by the use of MATLAB syntax size where the input argument is the image to be processed here, that it is stored in the variable capital A here. Now we will set the cutoff frequency of Gaussian low pass filtering. So I write set the cutoff frequency. So cutoff frequency I am going to represent with the variable generated fc. Initially I provide the cutoff frequency value is equal to 10. Now we have to determine the center of the image so that we can apply the filter mask properly with the complete overlapping here. So I will write determine the center of image plane. So for that purpose I will like to have generation of two more variables that will give me the half of the dimensions of each side. So that will be possible by rounding the ratio of the first dimension of the image small m divided by 2 and small q. In similar fashion I obtain by rounding the ratio the second dimension of image, that it is small n divided by 2 here. Now afterwards I need to formulate the filter mask for the Gaussian type of low pass filter here. So I will have the module to define the filter mask or filter kernel, whatever you say. So I will like to have generated with the variable capital H that I initially assign a matrix of zeros with the same dimensions as that of the input image to be processed here. These dimensions are small m comma small n here. Now making the use of nested for loop, the first loop I construct with the variable I that will run for the iterations of 1 to small m, inside which constructing another variable j with the for looping that will iterate from 1 to the second dimension of the input image, where I formulate a variable d according to the mathematical computation we have for the Gaussian type of low pass filtering. So that is I minus P, and that will be squared here element wise, which is further added to J minus Q, that will also be squared here. And now the filter function we construct, that I denote as h of I comma j, which is the exponential of, for the Gaussian type we need to make the use of exponential function, minus d divided by 2 divided by fc by fc here. So fc square you can expect. Now ending the nested for loop here. Now it is a time to apply this Gaussian type of the low pass filter function onto the input image. So as it is frequency domain image enhancement methodology, we need to work in the frequency domain. So we get the image information in the frequency domain. So input image in frequency domain. So here I will generate the variable capital A underscore f that will hold the image information represented in frequency domain, and that is possible with the help of forward transformation onto the two-dimensional signal here and a shift in the frequency representation. So I make the use of FFT shift in the bracket the forward transformation of two-dimensional signal by FFT2 command applicable to the original image that is stored in the variable A. Now to apply the Gaussian low pass filter, I abbreviate as LPF here. So it is a mere multiplication, element wise multiplication in the frequency domain, which will result into the convolution into the spatial domain here. So A underscore F is holding the image information in the frequency domain. We will have element wise multiplication that I show with dot asterisk with the filter function here. Now after having it operated here, we need to get back the image information after processing in the spatial domain for visualization purpose here. So we will generate the final variable C to hold all this processed information. It will be the absolute of the inverse transformation. The inverse transformation of two-dimensional signal can be performed with the help of IFFT2 command that will be applicable to the variable B from the above syntax here. Finally, we will display the input and output images. So I am going to make the use of subplot here. I will generate 2 rows, 2 columns, and the first cell is to be accessed where I will have a display of the original image that is stored into the variable A. This is possible with the imshow command. The concerned title I provide, that title is original image here. By the next line I go for, we need not to compress the output of subplot, we need to get it popped up. So subplot 2 comma 2 comma 2 here. The next cell I am going to make the visualization of the filter function that is operating on the image. The filter function we have generated and named it H in a variable. The concerned title here I provide, that is 2D view of the filter function H here. Next to that I will go for the subplot 2 comma 2 comma 3 where with the help of surf command I am going to have visualization of the filter function in 3 dimensions. So the concerned title here is 3D view of the filter function denoted by H here. And lastly we have the subplot 2 comma 2 comma 4 where we visualize the resultant image after processing. So that is of the double type as expected. as it has resulted after application of the filter function that has been generated by the nested for loopings here. So we need to get it back converted to uint8 data type for proper visualization. Otherwise you will see a complete black or a complete white screen here. So that is uint8c here, and the title it will be image after Gaussian low pass filter. I abbreviate to as LPF here. So this is what the simple script we have written. We save the changes and run this program. So earlier we had only one variable a when we tested it, whether we are successfully reading the image information or not. So it is holded up by the variable a as discussed. The same has been shifted to the frequency domain representation. Now after applying the filter kernel or filter mask we generated for the Gaussian type of low pass filter, we get the image information in frequency domain holded up by the variable b, and after inverse Fourier transformation we get it finally into the C here. Rest of all other variables we have generated time to time to formulate the Gaussian type of low pass filter here. This is what the subplot displayed here. We have the original image. As this is low pass filter, you see its corresponding visualization of the filter function in 3 dimensions and in 2 dimensions, whereas the image after application of the Gaussian type of the low pass filter operated on the original image, we get the output image like this. Now we can change the value of the cutoff frequency. We can increase it little bit because the output image was much more blur here. There is no case of the filter order while we are working into the Gaussian low pass filtering or high pass filtering. We run it after changing the cutoff frequency. Now you see the corresponding change into the result and the visualizations of the filter functions in 2D and 3D types here. So if I change the input image cameraman.tif, so let us have it to lena.jpg, another popular image dataset available in our current folder. If I run it, you get the corresponding result displayed here. So this is original lena.jpg and the filter functions here and the corresponding result here. Instead of lena.jpg, you can also go for, let us say for example, we have here dewdrop.jpg. I just save the change and run the program. You see this is the original image and the filter functions and the resultant image here. If I raise the cutoff frequency to, let us say 70 value, let us check the changes. As I have increased the cutoff frequency, lot of things have been allowed to appear into the output image. That is why you find better match of the output image with the original image here. Basically the filtering is done to discard certain kind of noise that has been added to the image information. In this demonstration I have just made the use of the standard datasets available with me, so you see the corresponding result that way here. So this was a simple demonstration how to implement the Gaussian type of low pass filtering, one of a kind of frequency domain image enhancement methodology. Thank you.